Hello friends, welcome to my channel, a channel for learning simple coding. If you find this video to be helpful, please like, share and subscribe my channel. Hello guys, welcome again. Today we are going to learn a very interesting concept in JavaScript. It's called closures. Nowadays this word is most common and most famous also, most usable also. And what is the meaning of closure in JavaScript? Actually, whenever we create a inner function under a function and the inner function have access to the variable of their outer function, but the outer function do not have access to the variables of the inner function. This concept we call a closure. Just let's understand with the example. Suppose I have a function here and I say message function, and here suppose I have a, you can say, message information like I am outer function like this. Okay, and I create one more function. This function is called inner function and it may be anonymous or it may be name. I say inner message. Okay, and here I create one more this function. I say inner message like this, and I say I am inner function like this, similar. And here I display console.log and I say here inner message. Okay, and remember that I print this console outer also just to show you that it is the message, and here I call the message function, save it, and I try to run it, and you see the I am outer function is coming because of this line, but this is not printing because we have created a function but we have not called this function. So I have to call this function, so I say inner message function and I am calling it here like this. Now if I run it, so two line will come, I am outer function, I am inner function, remember that. And if I want to display this, so I can display this also, just copy and paste and I say message and I run once again. So you see that this inner function can access the variable of outer function. This is called closure. The inner function, when we create a function inside a function, and the inner function can access the variable of outer function, it's called closure. But remember that this line of code is not accessible outside the function. If I call this inner message, because it's inside this function and I try to run it, it's an error. You see, this inner message is not defined. Inner message is not defined. Why? Because as per the closure rule, the outer function cannot access the inner function or inner function variable outside of the scope of this. The scope of this function is inside this curly bracket. So you can't access outside this. This is the closure. But this inner function can access the variable from the outside scope. Now what is the use of this closure? If I show you one more example of closure, for that I just make it comment. Okay, and I show you one more example of closure to make a counter. You see that if I have a function and I say counter, and I say where count equal to 0 and I say return or simply return, and I say here count plus plus, you see, and I call this counter function here, and I call this counter function under the console I run it, so it's a 0. Okay, and if I put it under the for loop, I say where I equal to 0, I less than 5, I plus plus, and I put this line of code under this, and you see that every time it have 0, but I am incrementing this count variable again and again, but still it's generating a 0, but I want counter. So how I can count, how I can make this as a counter? So for that I just make it a function. Remember that it's a arrow function, and I try to call it now. You see it's saying that anonymous function 4 and 5 times. So why it is doing like this? Because it's a closure. It making a closure here. So how I can achieve this? So I have to create one more variable here, and I say c equal to this. Okay, and I call here c. Run again, the same output I have, but if I make it as a self-executable function like this, remember, if I make it as a self-executable function like this, and I call c now, and you will see that I have the desired output which I need. You see, getting? So now it's generating. If I say it to 10, so it will give the desired output. You see how it is generating this? Because of the closure. This closure function always preserve the value of the outer function count. So first time it's 0, second time it would be 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5. And if we put it under this auto executive or self executive function, IIFE function, then it execute and preserve the value, and one by one we have the value this, and with the help of closure we can make counter. And otherwise we can use closure like this as a simple. I explain you that the inner function always have access to the outer function variables, but outer function do not have access to the inner function variable. This concept is called closure, and we can use closure as a counter also, like to achieving a counter like this. If you really understand the concept of closure with this example, kindly like this video, share this video, subscribe my channel, promote my channel. Thank you for watching this video.